Good day everyone, my name is Jerome C. Urban and our lesson for today is all about motor skills and its classifications. So what is motor skills? Motor skills is a physical execution of movement. It is also involves voluntary muscular movement with the correct degree of muscular control. Example of skills is sitting, standing, and walking. Skills can be defined as a learned coordinated activity which achieves a goal. So next is, what is skill acquisition? Skill acquisition is how we learn and perform skills. It's also a sub-disciplines of motor exercise and sports. So the example of skill acquisition is like jumping, running, and weightlifting. We have fine and gross motor skills, muscular involvement continuum. Fine or gross motor are classified based on the amount of movement required to complete a skill. So, fine motor skills requires greater precision in the control of small muscle as such as writing, drawing, a dart drawing, and sewing. So, a fine motor skills is the smaller muscle groups in your child's hands, fingers, and wrists. So, example of this is yung writing, drawing, and gross motor skills involve movements of large parts. Large part na yung ating ginagamit, including na dito yung ating legs and arm. So, gross motor skills is involved movements of large parts of the whole body. They also require less precision. Example is kicking and lifting. So the next is open and closed motor skill. Environmental influences continuum. So we have open motor skill and closed motor skill. So uunahin natin is yung open motor skills. An open motor skill is performed under an unpredictable environment. The object or content is changing. Example location of the defendants or flight of a ball. Performance response and movement must be adapted. So yung open motor skills is kinakailangan ng ating reaction time based motor skills. So ang example ng open motor skills is headball, football, and hockey. So yung pinaka-example is sa pagpasa ng bola sa football. Kasi sa open motor skills is dito nalalaman natin kung paano tayo maka-adapt sa isang bagay, kung paano tayo makapag-react. So dito naman sa closed motor skill is non-reaction time based motor skill. So sa closed motor skill naman hindi na naka-base sa ating reaction time. So this is performed or a highly predicted environment. The performer has the full control of the movements and can initiate actions when they are ready. They also don't have to environmental changes such as positions of their opponents. So sa close skill is our example for this is trampoline, golf swing, discus throwing, performing a handstand. So punta naman tayo sa discrete, continuous, and serial motor skills, continuity, continuum. So, uunahin natin is discrete motor skills. What is discrete motor skills? A motor skills whose execution has a definite beginning and a definite ending, with a brief time of completing an action. A skills can be repeated, but the performer must start again. So, sa discrete po yung inuulit. Defined beginning and end. points usually requiring a simple movement, flipping a light switch. So, ang example ng discrete motor skills is lifting weight, throwing a dart, serving a tennis ball. So, next is continuous motor skill. It's a repetitive type of motor skill that is classified as continuous motor skills. William 2010. It has no obvious begin or end and can go as long as the performer wishes. So, continuous. Pag sinabi natin continuous, patuloy, pahaba ng pahaba, patuloy-tuloy. Motor skills are arbitrary beginning and ends points. These skills involve repetitive movements. So, example ng continuous motor skills is swimming, jogging, and walking. So, pag sinabi naman tayo sa serial motor skills. So, ang serial motor skills ay yung pinagsamang discrete motor skills at continuous motor skills. So, the serial motor skills incorporates various discrete skills that are linked together in a movement sequence or movements pattern. Example of series motor skills: floor movements, parallel or single bar routines in gymnastics, figure skating routine, diving, pole vaulting, and executing a layup. So next naman is self-internally and externally pacing continuum. Self-internally paced. The performer controls the speed, the skills to be performed, and the timing and rate. Example of the self-internally paced include high jump, picking, bowling. So pag self-internally, sa'yo nang galing. Sa'yo nang galing yung, halimbawa, sa basketball, sa'yo nang galing yung bola. Tapos, pag sinabi naman nating externally paced, is dito na yung pumapasok na yung pag-receive. Kung tayo na yung nakaka-receive ng, halimbawa, ng bola sa basketball, tayo yung pinapasahan. So, simple and highly complex skills. Complexity continuum. So, we have skills, simple skills, and complex skills. So, ang simple skills have small amount of information to be proceed and few decisions to be made. Example of this is skipping and running and swimming. And you see, yung isa po is complex skills have large amount of information to be proceed and several decisions must be made quickly. It's also have a high number of subroutines that are coordinated and must be performed accurately and efficiently. Example is tennis serves. So ito po yung mga tinalakay natin kanina, yung skill classification continuum. So yung una po nating tinalakay is muscular involvement continuum, fine and gross motor skills. Pag sinabi nga po nating fine motor skills is yung konti o maliit na muscle lang yung ating pinipigay. Pag sinabi pong gross motor skills is yung large amount of muscles. So, sa next is environmental influences continuum, open and close skills. So, pag sinabi nga po nating open skills is yung need na ating reaction time. Tapos pag dun po sa close skills is hindi po natin kailangan ng reaction time. Tapos yung next po is continuity, continuum, discrete, discontinuous, and serial skills. Pag discrete nga po is meron pong simula at wakas. Pag continuous po is patuloy-tuloy, paulit-ulit lang. And serial skills is yung pinagsamang discrete and continuous. Next po is spacing continuum, self and pace, external pace. Pag self pace po, sa'yo po nanggaling yung bola. And pag external pace, dito na po yung, ikaw na po yung mag-receive ng bola. Then next is complexity continuum, simple and complex. Pag sinabi po nating simple, ito po yung simple amount of information, and pag complex po is large amount of information. So that's all po. Thank you for listening.